All right, welcome to another episode of Deep South Cooking with Monty. Today we're going to be making insanely loaded nachos. I've got all my ingredients laid out here. The tortilla chips. I've got some salsa. This stuff is hometown made from Casa Mañana. Some black olives. Sour cream. I've got my bean Monterey Jack queso to put on the top. Guacamole. Some chives, jalapenos, some bouillon beef cubes. I'll show you what to do with that. Taco seasoning, and of course the star of the show is the hamburger meat itself. This we're going to be putting together, and I've got some lettuce and tomatoes and some onions that I'm going to add to the mixture also. And we're going to show you how to put all that together. All right, let's get started. We're going to start today by cutting the onion, first ingredient. We got everything ready to go. I've got the tomatoes cut. I actually have two different purposes for the tomatoes, and you're going to see that in the video. Onions, garlic. This right here is Monterey Jack cheese. My beans, my lettuce, and the protein, the beef. So we're going to meet you outside of the griddle, and we're going to start putting it together. Okay, let's get started. We're going to put a little bit of olive oil on this side. Use the tools. First thing I'm going to put on is the onions. There we go. Now the grill's pretty hot, so this is not going to take long at all. And unlike the house, I got plenty of room to cook it on the griddle. Also, I'm going to add about a tablespoon of garlic. That garlic with a good odor in the air. I love this garlic. That's looking good, guys. You can see where it's already starting to turn yellow. It ain't taking long at all. Not many people do this, but I like the way it turns out. And I think if you try my recipe, you'll love it also. Cook the tomatoes into the onions, and you're going to see why when I put all this together in a little bit. Now we're just going to let them sit there, simmer a little bit, and it's time for the protein. We're going to fry this down a little bit. Okay, we're going to let this ride a little bit. Let this ride a little bit. We're going to come back and put it all together for it in a little bit. Alright, so how's it looking, everybody? You can see the meat is browning just perfect. I'm just going to come back in little short skits to let you see how it's cooking down. The goal is to have that completely browned up. And look at the vegetables. There we go. Those looking pretty. Okay. All right, we're going to let them ride a little bit longer. And we'll pan back in just a few moments. Okay, we got the meat browned up. Looking good. Don't want to get it too quick. There we go. Get it all to one side, and we're going to mix it now. Time for cook. There we go. That's so much better. Now you can see why I got the vegetables in there. That looks good. I hope everybody agrees. But again, in all these cookings, there's an ingredient that you don't think you like, leave it out. But I don't see how you can leave any of this out so far. All right, that's round one. Now, we're gonna put this pan up here. I wanna start having it get a little bit of warmth to it. So, I'm gonna turn that eye off in a second one. And now what we're gonna do is, I wanna cut the meat in half. I'm gonna make a multi-layer nachos. So I'm gonna put the beans in with half of the meat. And when I start putting this together, you're gonna see why I'm doing the meat different. Okay. All right. Look at that. That looks beautiful. The beans heated up at the same time as the beef. Now, to keep the consistency right, the bouillon cubes that I showed you earlier, got about 1/4 of a cup, mixed with water. I want it to be very soft. That's the goal. There we are. And the beef bouillon gives it that extra beef flavor. Look how perfect that's turning out, guys. There we are. Okay. Now, next part, we'll put a light layer of chips. Into this hot pan. I can start feeling the heat coming through it. There we go. Everybody agree with that? Maybe a little bit more. There we go. There we go. Yep, everybody makes fun of me saying that, but hey, now we put it together. You can start seeing the whys. Look how delicious. And guess what? It can be sloppy. Who cares? That's what this is about. Nachos. Okay. There we go. Use it all. Now, we're going to put some cheese on. Now, the cheese I'm going to use is some Mexican 4 cheese. Folks, you see how it's starting to all come together now? What you don't want is to pick up a chip and not have meat on it or a topping on it. Who wants that, right? And that cheese is going to melt down as we're going. Now, me on my side, I'm dividing it up for the family. I'm putting chives on one side only. And I like it right in the dead center.
Chilies.
Oh, chilies. Apologize. Anyway, I think you get the point, which is good news. And I want a few jalapenos. Got to give it that flavor. You don't want them too close. We don't like our mouths on fire. But you really want some extra flavor. So does my film crew want any jalapenos?
No.
I knew the answer. So let's put some black olives
On my side.
on that side. Which, some people like them, some people don't. And guess what? I'm the one that doesn't. But there's plenty. Okay, we're gonna let this sit here for a moment and we'll come right back. Next part, we're gonna put the taco seasoning in the next mixture. Now, if you notice in the first mixture, I used a lot of seasoning as it was already. I had the beans, the tomatoes, the onions, the beef, all that. And I need another half a packet to go along with this other pound and a half of meat. There we go. The meat was already seasoned up just like the rest of it was, but this is going to top it off. Now, that's looking good. Okay, time to put some more chips on and get the next level going. We're going to dump it on top, move it all around, and we're going to put our next layer on. Okay, so now for the folks that was wondering where the taco seasoning meat is, it's on top. I want to have a 2 different dimensional flavor on this. And there's a lot of meat, guys, a lot of meat. This was about 2.5 pounds of ground beef for that 1 packet and 1 full bag of chips. There we go. Everybody liking what they see so far? I hope so. So we're pretty much done with that part of the menu. We're going to put more cheese on it. Now that meat is so hot, it's going to melt that cheese. So folks, don't let that worry you. Now, how's that looking, guys? I think that'll do it. Now, what I've done is I've put a cover on it because I want the cheese to melt. All right, y'all ready? Let's see what the turnout is. Oh, yes. That's beautiful. That is absolutely perfect. Take my gloves off again. Just the heat inside from the black griddle up is what melted all that cheese. Not sure exactly how many of these onions I'm going to be using. Tomatoes I'm going to be using, sorry. I got my glasses on, obviously, still can't see. Okay. Everybody, you know what? I might as well use them all. Oh God, this is delicious. Good thing I didn't eat breakfast this morning because I'm ready for lunch. Late lunch, but hey. Now I'm going to come back to the lettuce. Can't have loaded nachos without lettuce. Okay. One last ingredient for my wife and daughter that love black olives. Again, we're going to put it on her side only, not on mine. I don't do olives. Okay, I think we're done. Folks, we're going to bring this inside, and we got some other condiments in there we'll go over with you, and then we got to dig in. We're back inside, and we're at the final point where I've got my nachos finished up, and I've got a few things left over for the people that want it. Some salsa, some cheese dip. Now I got cheese all in it, but some people want some extra. Guacamole and some sour cream. But I left that off this because I want us to only put on what we want. So thank you for watching another episode of Deep South Cooking with Monty, and this is my insane loaded nachos.